Here's a short video of our house. These first 5 long rows that have some sunflowers that came up volunteer in them. These are actually potatoes. We planted the first 2 rows over here were planted in March on the 16th, and the other 3 rows were planted on April the 16th. Finally got the weeds out of these this week. Not a bad sunflower for volunteer. Some pumpkins in here. Broccoli we've already cut. Lots of ragweeds. Some butternut squash in there. More pumpkins. Whoops, those are yellow. Summer squash. These I just replanted. There's a row of turnips, 2 rows of turnips and a row of beets there. I don't need either one of those, but the neighbors like them. These are some pumpkins I planted in May on the 9th. There's a few ragweeds in there I gotta get rid of. Those are some I cut yesterday. There's another row of pumpkins I planted yesterday. Some of you think it's a little late, but it's actually not. You probably go another 4 or 5 days and still get something. This is a row I weeded. This row here yesterday looked just like that one, which I haven't done yet. They want a rabbit. They gotta eat too. There's a pumpkin on this one. This is a one with the bumps all over it. There's another one. I like the bumpy ones, they're kind of neat. Another one in there. They're coming along pretty good. This is the back garden behind the barn. A few weeds in here, but not too bad. At least the pumpkins got established pretty good. Lots of morning glories. I pulled some weeds in here yesterday too. There's always something to pull. There's a pumpkin in there. That's one of those from Italy. Call it Chioggia. There's a Montana Gold. We'll get a few pumpkins out of here. The plants look good as long as it keeps raining. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. This is the back garden. The property is approximately 6 acres wide by 1 acre deep. So if you look back on this side, from that side to that side is about 6 acres long. So I tilled between these rows yesterday. They're just starting to vine out, so there's not a lot of pumpkins set on these yet, but should have a pretty good bunch back here, I think, especially in these. This whole row here was transplants, ones we grew inside and then transplanted. These are tomato plants. There's 145 of them in here. And these are all sectioned off with chicken wire around them. These are grape tomatoes and Romas. And they're just starting to set green ones on. But these are all grown. These are all grown from seed. Carolyn grew these inside. You can see the ones outside the fence are almost as big as the ones inside the fence. I only had 150 feet of fence, so that's all I had to use. And then we're over here to the other side. More pumpkins. Some of these are replants, so they're smaller. I hate these things. Got thistle all over them. These were planted last. These were planted, I think, the first week in June. I planted mine a lot later than I did everywhere else. At the end down here is sunflowers. These are all mostly white sunflowers. And on the end there's some broccoli. And that's the pond I water out of. Get over here, there's some more sunflowers. These are chocolate colored.